So as always, I hope you enjoyed that cool intro. And I was going to say that, so PewDiePie is scheduled, or T-Series is scheduled to reach 100 million on the afternoon of May 28th. I mean, on the Social Blade live stream. Lately, I can't remember everything, but I know I've seen it. It said by May 28th at 3 p.m. at earliest, and by May 28th at 7 p.m., which 3 p.m. means between 2 and 3 Eastern, and 7 means between 6 and 7. So that actually means, based off of that time range, as of now, it's, scheduled to happen on May 28th. If I said May 23rd, I meant May 28th. It's scheduled to happen on May 28th at, between 1 and 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, which, as you'll probably know, that's the time zone I live in. And actually PewDiePie said he wanted to, he wanted to end the subscribe to PewDiePie meme because it was going too far, with a shooter saying this, using the slogan and it being painted on a World War II memorial. But however, there are a few ways out of it. I can think of two. Maybe I'll be able to come up with a third one. The first one is, I've heard some people mention this. Since T-Series is a company, you move all the companies that have a YouTube channel over to this thing called CompanyTube, which actually I don't think that'll be able to be invented within the next 10 days or so. But there's another one, and actually this has been tried out before, and we're going to talk about how it would be able to be effective. So PewDiePie said he doesn't want people using the subscribe to PewDiePie meme, like I mentioned earlier. But however, people can use the meme unsubscribe from T-Series. And actually, I was going to say that it is worth noting that T-Series did grow by a lot less yesterday, or noticeably less. Usually they grow by at least, usually they grow by at least 120,000. Whereas yesterday, they only gained, you know what, I can remember, but I know it was 111,000 something. And I was actually going to say that this has also been done, whenever Mr. Beast got those billboards back in late October, just hours before they were scheduled to take over, he did say unsubscribe from T-Series, and in his saying PewDiePie 100,000 times, he did, rip up a picture of T-Series every time he reached either 1,000 or 10,000 things of PewDiePie. But however, those were the only two promotions that I know of where the promoter mentioned to unsub from T-Series. The other ones were just mentioning to sub to PewDiePie. Actually, before I continue any further, I forgot to say this at the beginning, but if I haven't said it at the beginning, this I've never heard anyone mention this. I just came up with this idea of saving PewDiePie. We're going to talk about how would they be able to make it effective. First of all, they would need to mention that T-Series is a company, and we should let an individual YouTuber reach the milestone, reach a major milestone first. Because there's this YouTuber, I can't remember his name. I don't think he's very popular. He definitely has less than 10 million subscribers. But however, he said that that the reason why it'll be less bad if T-Series takes over after 100 million. This was actually, I think this may have been before PewDiePie said the race is to 100 million, which I know that race was canceled. He said that, like I said, he said that it's not as bad if T-Series takes over after 100 million, because it'll be the last major milestone, because he says he doesn't think 500 million is going to happen, because, I don't know, maybe people could create extra accounts, and there will be population growth, but anyways, let's get back. Okay, so I found this list of countries that where India is a common, or where Hindi is a common language, and this is important because since T-Series is Hindi content, most of its subscribers would be from countries that have a good amount of Hindi speakers. So so this list right here. So this shows that India, obviously not India, because I don't know, they may have been offended by PewDiePie. I don't know if Nepalis were the same. that is part of the subcontinent. United States, yeah. So basically, yeah. I bet you that that most of these countries, except for maybe Nepal, probably not India, because most Indians like T-Series. most of these countries here, which have a good amount of Hindi speakers, so there is a chance that they like T-Series. Okay, so I was gonna say that that people from one or more of these countries might unsubscribe from T-Series if they're advertised to, because they're a company. If they see the billboard. No, I mean, of course they might like T-Series, and they might know, oh, they're just saying this because they want PewDiePie to win, and they might not like PewDiePie. But however, it is still possible that it could be effective. But the thing is that if it's not effective, then it probably wouldn't be a good idea for the person to spend a whole bunch of money on billboards for something that has little or no effectiveness. And actually, I was going to say that I'm actually not sure if PewDiePie would approve of this. I mean, I think he would, because, like, they're not mentioning his name. He said that he was, he said that he didn't like what the Christchurch shooter did, or what the person did on the World War II memorial, because they because they mentioned his name. He didn't.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave your I mean, this isn't mandatory, but I would be fine with you leaving your opinion
on what you think about this way, and maybe whether or not PewDiePie would approve of it. And be sure to leave some video ideas in the comments below, and also be sure to be specific about what you want.